with Jon Impemba and James Grande.
What is going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Playbook Preview Show. We are recording here, previewing the Monday DraftKings 4-game main slate. There is some day basketball with it being MLK Day, but DraftKings decided to split those slates up into like 2-gamers. So you got an all-day slate. We got the 4-game main that we're going to be looking at starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It includes a 10 p.m. game, Miami Golden State. We are recording here on Sunday evening, so obviously a lot of guys with some injury updates that we'll have throughout the day for all of you as we go into the Monday live show at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Grande, happy Sunday. How was your weekend, man?
My weekend was filled with a Saturday and a Sunday.
Okay.
And that's followed by a week. And in that week, there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and boy, can't wait for Friday.
Yeah, can't wait. TGIF, you're going away. You got some things going on, so you know.
There was not a coincidence that I stopped on Friday.
I know. All right, so Grande's working for the vacation. We got 4 games.
No, I'm not. That is never me. Never me.
We got the 4 games we'll talk about here. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Appreciate all the support you guys give us each and every day. We are here for you. 4 games, top price player on the slate, Cade at 10-3, Jaylen Brown up over $10,000. So that'll be fun to talk about when we get there. When we look at the point guard position, you do have Cade at 10-3. Maxey's still under 10K. Matchup against the Pacers at $9,900. The Pacers the other day had 50 actual going into the fourth quarter. They did not score any points with the roster they put out there on the floor. We'll talk maybe some of that. You got Steph Curry at $9,100, your top 3 price point guards here.
We won't talk any of that because they are all back, so we don't need to worry about it.
I'm talking more so about how miserable that game was.
No, we don't even need to. We don't even need to. It's that game. It didn't even
forget it ever happened.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Cade, elite, didn't need to play in that last game. Hasn't looked great since returning from the wrist, but it's not because of the minutes. He played 38 minutes in the Phoenix game. Again, didn't have to play basketball in the next one. So
78 points.
Cade is perfectly fine. 10-3. Maxey is very interesting. We've now seen like a couple occasions where the scoring was kind of down, and yet like 7 stocks. How you doing?
Yeah.
Almost a double-double. And we have multiple real injury tags for Philadelphia. Embiid and Paul George are both listed questionable. So we'll see. But Maxey could just be by himself against Indy. I shouldn't say by himself, but, Embiid is the leader in the clubhouse still in usage and fantasy points per minute. So that would be a big boost for Maxey. And then Curry, they're getting Butler back. He was being like face guarded and trapped every time he touched the ball against Charlotte. And he even like spoke on it. He was like, that was annoying, but we won. So hooray. So
I can't tell you the last time we've had like Curry on a main slate because, they don't get the 10 PMs. So.
Yeah. They don't want the 10 PMs. But it's obviously an elite game environment.
Playing at home. He's playing at home for like the 8th straight game.
They had talked about this. They had a like massive homestand, and then they're gonna have a massive road trip. Yeah, so
that's true.
There's the one note here for Golden State is the DeAnthony Melton one, and DeAnthony Melton's out, and he's been playing like a major role for them. So we could actually see Curry's minutes tick up a little bit, and the reliance on his scoring tick up a little bit too, because Melton has been an absolute dog, which we know. We're all first team DeAnthony Melton fans on this show.
Amen to that. Tier below, talk Booker at shooting guard, Derek White 86. Peyton Pritchard, I guess we'll see. He was doubtful the other day. Is he questionable?
Yeah, he's questionable. Yep.
But we'll see what happens there. Nembhard 68, Gillespie 61.
We're gonna talk White at shooting guard too.
Yeah.
Okay. Pritchard, if he plays, I don't have a ton of interest at 7,100 against the Pistons.
Sure.
Doesn't really for me. Nembhard, I think, is fine. Rest day, as we talked about. He's going to play low 30s minutes, even in competitive games. Solid, right? In each of those wins, he's had 38 plus fantasy points. So 56-point fantasy ceiling in that span. The Gillespie one is very interesting. I'd essentially have no interest if Booker and Jalen Green play. Jalen Green has been upgraded to questionable here.
Yeah.
I understand that Jalen Green is going to be like heavily limited, but we're already talking about a rotation that has been healthy, like got Grayson Allen back and has Goodwin, and we've already seen Gillespie's minutes like kind of trending in the wrong direction. So essentially no interest if both Jalen Green and Devin Booker play. Now, if they sit, that's different.
Sure. Yegor $5,600. Simons is $55. Obviously, you need someone out to pay that price tag for
someone. Pritchard.
Yeah, Pritchard.
Yeah.
Someone, but Pritchard. I mean, never know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Somebody, one of the top three.
Yeah.
Grimes 52. Pajemski 5K.
Yeah, I think Pajemski looks pretty good at 5K. The role has been pretty good for him. Now, the last game Jimmy was out. Jimmy's not listed on the injury report, so we do have to take that into consideration. But he's been really good, and now there's no Melton. And we've seen Melton just kind of play a lot. Mm-hmm. So I am interested in Pajemski for value for sure.
Okay. Any value plays that you want to highlight here?
I think McConnell is what he is. Just kind of just
maybe a 23.
just is what it is. So I think Davion's pretty safe with Tyler Hero out.
Yeah.
With Tyler Hero in, I would be very worried about the minutes, but I'm okay with Davion. I think Jackie Eunice is also like, I don't know. He's bordering not in the rotation, I think, but he also started the other day. So, but that was without Hero and Davion. So probably can't go there at 4K. So it's probably just Davion down here. Yeah. I guess it depends. The Brooklyn has sat. I take it back. Nolan Triori would probably be the guy. Yegor is back to randomly just being benched every night, which is the worst thing ever in the history of the world. But Triori has been very good in back-to-back games, just like at the price. I mean, at the price, he made 4 threes, another like 20-something fantasy points, 3,400. They've also sat Yegor on some of these back-to-back. So I think that Triori, kind of whether or not Yegor plays, would be an option.
Yeah, I think, did they start him the second half of this game?
They started they benched 4 of the 5 starters. Claxton was the only starter that started the second half.
So, I'm there. Again, they drafted a whole bunch of guys, and now they're rotating them in and out. They started Wolf today, obviously, without MPJ, Yegor, and now Triori's getting some extra run there.
Yeah, five first-round picks. Drake Powell was out on Sunday. He'll be back in the starting lineup. I mean, yeah.
Shooting guard brings us to Booker at 88, White at $8,600 is the top 2 price plays here.
Yeah, I'm not playing Derek White 8,600 against the Pistons. Booker, fine. Not a lot of interest, honestly, there.
Okay. And honestly, I'm largely in agreement with you. Like you said, you're not going to touch Jalen Green. He played 23 minutes and his return dominated, and then got hurt right away. So,
and has been out for 2 months, and has been out for 2 more months.
And they left him at $7,300. Good on them. Again, VJ Edgecombe. I mean, Norm here, obviously without Hero, is at $7,000. Probably be the next 2 to talk about.
Yes, Edgecombe. I I kind of expected this. It's just not possible for like 3 guys to have massive usage rates at all times.
Yeah.
Embiid and Maxey dominate the ball at all times. So this is truthfully not surprising to me. I am definitely I'm probably not going here unless Embiid and Paul George are out, at least Embiid. Norm, I have a ton of interest in without Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
It's just the minutes are trending upwards for Norm. The scoring is what it is, and the peripheral stats have actually been a little more consistent than they were earlier in the year.
Sure. I just have to comment that Caleb Williams just made the most ridiculous play I think I've ever seen.
I saw.
Anyways, more down the shooting guard. We touched on Simons. You have Cam Thomas. We'll see if he plays on the back-to-back here. Minutes still just trending in the mid-20s. So, not
Thomas?
What'd I say? Yeah, Cam Thomas.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Cam Thomas is probably going to sit back-to-back.
That's what I thought too. Yeah, I said he has sad back-to-backs there. So, Grayson Allen, 53, still feels too cheap especially if guys are out of the lineup. Yes. I know Jalen Green could be returning, but so Grayson's been ridiculous. So, 53 for him. Oubre, 49. Pelly Larson, no Hero, 46. Thoughts there?
Yeah, I don't. Grayson's definitely a GPP solid option. Jaquez is okay, 54 returning without Hero. They played Quentin Grimes a lot the other day. They sent McCain to the G League and basically benched Barlow in the second half. 5,200 is okay for Quentin Grimes, especially if people are out. Sure. Same thing for Oubre at 49. Larson should continue to play like high 20s. They lose Hero. They gain Mitchell and Jaquez back. So that's always a little bit, what are they going to do with their rotation? But Larson does seem safer than he ever has been. They like him. And then Moody at 4K, not like my favorite play. Last piece in, without Melton, Moody's minutes should be pretty stable in that like high 20s range. So I'd be okay with Moses Moody.
Okay. Small forward position, Jaylen Brown, 10-1. JB went for 41 actual. Sorry to short him the point there. In 30 minutes against Atlanta, we know he's capable of that. It is a tough Detroit matchup. Are you paying up for JB at all on the slate?
TBD, because like if Maxey's without Embiid, I just prefer Maxey regardless, and I prefer Joel if Joel plays. So TBD. If it's low owned, I'd probably entertain it. I don't know if we need to against Detroit, but he's also just proving to be able to score against anybody.
I 100%. If MBJ is back, got him at 89, Butler 81. Talked Norm already. Do you favor anybody over Powell of that group?
Oh, Jimmy Revenge.
Yeah. We all know it.
I mean, I do. Jimmy's been playing well for what it's worth. Like, we're getting the last few games, we've gotten 230 balls out of Butler. So I don't hate him. The question was, do I like any of those people over Norm? No, but I do like Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. Again, we know what he can do. So, I mean, there's always going to be upside for him there. Neesmith's 58, Asor 57. Yeah, and smaller slate. Sam Hauser set the NBA record for 3-point attempts without a 2-point attempt in a game. On his way to 10 threes.
Yeah, not even pretending like he's not even there. 5,100 is criminal. But I'm happy for him.
Okay. He tried to set the record. He couldn't get it. He just started bricking shots. So
yeah, it was a funny Jalen laughing at him was funny at the end of that. Yeah,
I mean, there's nothing really like major here.
This tier is terrible.
Naismith would maybe be one, but like
that would probably be the only guy I'd even consider. Like, and even going down further, I could just play Moody, and then I think there's nothing else I'd even entertain.
Okay. Power forward, Siakam, $8,700, your top price power forward here. We talked Butler already. We don't know PG status. You got Dylan Brooks at $6,300. Draymond and Wiggins in this range. I mean, again, small slate, runs out quick.
Yeah, the Siakam price is a little interesting because he's been so good on when he's on the floor. The minutes are great for Pascal. I love Siakam at 87. Can definitely play Butler. Would play PG if there's no JoJo at 6,900. Dylan Brooks, power forward only. Not a lot.
I mean, it's a bad shooting. It just, the peripheral stats though, like
it's not. It's just not like. It's not like a discount. There's no constant ceilings for Dylan Brooks at this price. Like, it's fine. I don't have anything bad to say. I also don't have anything good to say. And we highlighted,
I don't know what Brooklyn's defense has been of late, but it had been, as we showed, for the month of December, they were the number 2 rated defensive team. So
yeah, they are
quickly falling off there a little bit.
Yeah, I mean they employ
the more minutes Cam Thomas plays, the worse their defense is.
Dude, they employ Michael Porter and Cam Thomas. It only could work for so long.
Okay. Where else do you look to go here then? I mean, again, it's a kind of a shallow position.
I would play Draymond, 6K in a pace-up spot. Draymond's been games basically other than the Knicks game and games that he hasn't been thrown out in. He's been pretty consistent. Wiggins without Hero, I think, is still underpriced. We've kind of talked about that the last couple slates. Kind of no reason he should be priced the way he's been, but alas, here we are. Clowney, I would go back to the Clowney well. Shot the ball horribly, but he filled up the stat. Yeah, and he filled up the stat sheet. And that's kind of where it's just sitting. He is not playing anymore. I don't know what they've decided, and Brooklyn's just playing 10 guys a night. So nobody's other than Michael Porter is really playing extended minutes, but Clowney's going to play around 30, be very productive when out there. Again, Michael Porter's going to be back, but Cam Thomas is going to be out, and having Michael Porter available does not hurt Noah Clowney, because Noah Clowney is not drawing any defender that Michael Porter is going to draw in this game. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely, especially now with MPJ just on the perimeter, right? Have to go close out on him, or he's going to knock down 6 threes in this game. So,
and that's let's see. Is there anything? I will say, shout out to Al Horford for unwashing in the middle of this year, because Al Horford looked so old to start the year. He's in the middle of some unwashing going on.
Sure.
So I just wanted to give Al Horford a little bit of a shout. He comes back and suddenly Golden State goes on this random stretch of winning, and
Al Horford knows when to put the pedal to the metal and when not to. He's been around the block a few times.
I know, he just looked washed. It wasn't he just looked old, oh, Al is actually old.
100%. And then there'll be a game where he hits 7 threes and has a double-double with 4 blocks. You're like, what?
I think he did, not the 7, but I think there was a game where he hit 4 or something, 3 or 4 when he first came back. It was the Christmas slate.
Yeah, 4 of 6, 14.
And then since then, he's been pretty good. And again, they've just coincidentally started winning games. So I don't.
Guy's a leader. I don't know what else to say.
He's only going to play 20 minutes, but there's not a lot of value on this slate.
There's not. Is there anything else you'd play? Royce, Wolf, Jovic.
You could play Royce, but it's a low floor stuff.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Center we go then. Joel Embiid, $9,400. You said he is true questionable, but if he plays, it's obviously a great spot for him.
Yes.
And a great price tag for Joel Embiid at $9,400.
Yes.
From there, you have Bam, Duren, and Claxton.
Bam is looking pretty good. Bam has started to play the game of basketball that we always knew he could.
They sent Khalil Ware to Siberia verbally.
They did. Yeah, and then he walked it back like, oh, shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. Well, they
My
asked
bad.
Ware about it. He's like, it's kind of crazy the coach said that, but I guess so. Like,
yeah, every time they ask Lil Ware something, he's like, why did he say that? I don't know, but he did.
Said I was ugly and hated my hair. I don't know.
He did. I mean, he might as well have stomped on his grave. But Bam has been great.
Like routinely get like double doubles, and then the coach just hate his guts.
Be so productive, and just the coach.
Though Spoelstra did also coach Hassan Whiteside, who's also a horrifically poor effort guy. So
yeah. Well, Bam, not that.
Nope.
And I don't know. You read into it how you want. He started stretching the floor, and now all these threes are falling. I mean, he's taking like
where 4x threes come from? Like,
you have to assume though, like
just directive, like shoot them.
Dude, you were doing this and then you weren't, right? Because that was like the talk last year. He was like, "Oh my God, Bam shooting threes," and then in the Olympics, "Oh my God, Bam shooting threes."
Yeah,
and I don't know. So 7,700 for Bam, definitely in. Definitely in on Duren. Again, just didn't need to play basketball the other day. Still had 33 fantasy points. Did play basketball against Phoenix. Absolutely dominated.
Yep.
But what we know,
traded for each other, Mark Williams and Jalen Duren.
Oh yeah, draft day
swap.
Well, they are not. They're not going to play him 30 minutes. By the way, neither of them.
No.
Well, Duren may like sniff 30 minutes. Williams won't, but I would definitely play Duren at 74.
Okay.
Claxton, I think, is okay. Mark Williams, I keep saying it. I think he's too cheap at 57 if he's going to keep playing minutes, which he has largely been playing minutes outside the Detroit game, naturally. But I like Mark Williams at 57 quite a bit.
All right. Anything else here in the value range at center as we hit down the 5K price and under?
I mean, like you can't assume Jay Huff is going to keep. It's a very, 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 very hard thing to like guess.
Yeah.
But Jay Huff has a ceiling. So I would prefer if that ceiling if playing Jay Huff came not with Joel Embiid on the other side.
Yeah.
And then you could possibly play Isaiah Jackson, who came back from a concussion the other day. I think Luka Garza at 4K, you could play in tournaments. I mean, he only played 12 minutes against Atlanta, but he played 28 minutes against Miami the game before.
Yeah, you figure,
the price is going down too. I was just uncomfortable really with the price.
When he was like 5K? Sure.
Yeah, like for no reason. I mean, there never once should he have been 5K, but at 4K, I think that's a different story because if you guess the right on a slate with like bad value, there's a world where Neemias Queta is in very early foul trouble in this game, and and then you have Luka Garza, which also could mean early foul trouble because Luka Garza is also.
Yeah, or do they want Garza out there because he can stretch the floor better than Queta can, so it gets Duren out of the paint, something like that. Yeah.
And just to mention this, this is a good thing for like Huff if you wanted to play him. Tony Bradley's contract ran out, so unless they re-up him on a 10-day, like we don't have to deal with that anymore, which is wonderful.
All right. Well, that's the slate. It's just 4 games, so goes by kind of quick. If we had a start, I guess at center, would it be Bam or Duren for you?
It's a close one. It's really close. Probably Duren, but like I could be talked into.
Do you do like Duren, Larson, just for some value?
Maxi or Pascal? I don't.
I'm always pro Maxi here, so that's $5,600.
Yikes!
I know.
Clowney 54.
Traore.
Yeah, I like the Traore one because Traore is going to play regardless of.
Yeah, and he's 3,400, so that just helps us open up the slate a little bit. And then give me one more. 6,100 plus.
6,100.
Norm.
I kind of want like, I like Norm. We're gonna probably want some Golden State, but let's play Norm. We'll do this. We're doing this at 5 p.m. again.
Yeah. All right. Maxey, Powell, Larson, Duran, Traore, power forward, util, and we will have updates throughout the day. Obviously, playbook, Discord, and then we'll be live at 5 o'clock again to redo with all the latest news and updates. Hopefully, we'll get some news in the Golden State game, but it is the 10 p.m. game, so
yeah,
maybe not. We will have the Philly news at least. That game starts at 7 p.m. We'll know whether or not Embiid and George play, because obviously if they don't play, that throws like Bona or Drummond or something like that in play here, and and some of the other like Grimes, Oubre, value for that slate. So, all right, guys, we do appreciate you all tuning in again. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and Grande and I will be back later.